How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. It's been a few weeks since I last recorded, and I am absolutely sorry for that. I feel like I say that about a lot of the things that I record, but again, I'm sorry. I've been busy with some other playthroughs and just with things in general, but I do remember that the last thing we did was we informed Maho of the situation. Basically, we informed her of everything. So the events of Steins Gate, and basically what's going on with Kagari. And I don't know if she does believe it. I think she's saying this out of just that she can't act like she can't believe that this is happening or something like that. Not that she just cannot believe what we told her. But I don't remember. But we are on a train. There's a nice little Chaos Child reference there. I don't even know if you can call it a reference. It's literally just a plug. Which I think they had in the first game. Besides the point, let us read on and see what's going on. It is true, believe it or not. On the train back, Maho Hyajo was having trouble controlling her excitement. Yeah, it's out of excitement, so I guess she believes it? Two girls who said they came from the future. And Okabe Rintaro, oh man, it's been a while since I said that name, his story about the time leap machine. Normally she'd never believe them. But if Makise Kirisu's mind had made these things possible, she could accept them. Kirisu was a genius. She just might be capable of it. To Maho, Kirisu seemed capable of anything. And most of all, she'd seen it for herself. On the way back from the lab, Suzuha had taken her to the top of the radio building and showed her a real time machine. It was night, and she didn't have a lot of time to look at it closely, but she could tell at a glance that it wasn't made with modern technology. Honestly, she wanted to start work on making another one tomorrow. No, right now, even. But she had something to do first. The time leap machine that Kirisu had made. She needed to make an improved version. That meant she was going to be practically living at Okabe's lab for a while. So she decided to get what she needed from the office in Wako City. From outside the building, she could see that the lights were still on despite the late hour. Which can only mean...
Maho!
Uh-oh. What's going on here? You're not smiling and telling jokes as usual. And why is the entire room messy? Was it always like that? As soon as she got inside, Dr. Leskinen rushed over. His face pale. Isn't it always pale? He is very white. Okay, yeah, something actually did happen here. The room had clearly been ransacked. Of course, the place barely had anything in it to begin with, so with a quick glance it was hard to see what had changed. But Maho and Dr. Leskinen's desks had clearly been searched. The drawers had been locked, but the locks had been broken and their contents spilled out. Dr. Reyes hadn't brought much of anything, fortunately, and so she'd escaped with very little damage, but her drawers had been dumped out too. Wouldn't it make more sense to hit the Riken Institute next door? Only a few people even knew this office existed to begin with. Suddenly, Okabe's words began to take on a new meaning for her. Could this have something to do with what he'd said? Was a secret war over the time machine already beginning? I feel like something will be stolen. Oh, never mind. But was any of his stuff stolen? Or hers? She checked the desk and the drawers and couldn't find a single thing missing.
何も盗まれてはいないようだわ。
PC の中も確かめてみたが、第三者にアクセスされた形跡は見られない。本当に何も取られてないかい？
はい。
そういえばマホ、君のノート PC はどうした？もしかして盗まれたんじゃないか？
ああ、あれならホテルに置いてあるから大丈夫です。
そうか、ならいいんだが。
Yeah, I hope so too.
どうする？警察に連絡する？
Laptops are expensive, man.
何も取られていないなら、ことを荒立てる必要はないのかもしれないな。
そうね。少し様子を見ましょうか。
Man, I'd call the police. I'd be scared. Someone's trying to ransack and steal my shit, even so they didn't really steal anything, they just ransacked. Maho wasn't sure that was a good idea, but she could understand that going to the police would be a big hassle, especially since they weren't Japanese to begin with. And more than anything, Dr. Leskinen probably didn't want to lose time that could be spent on research. The same was true of Maho, too.
教授、実はお願いがあるんです。
Yeah, probably not the best time to ask of a favor, but whatever. Dr. Leskinen agreed to give her a vacation much more readily than she expected. Maybe coming to the office over New Year's had paid off. I said oft, excuse me, I'm off. I'm off. I'm an idiot. Now she'd be able to focus on the time leak machine. Once she got back to her hotel room, she quickly got her things ready. She wasn't checking out of the hotel, but she needed clothes and other things so she could stay at the lab for a while.
よし。あとは。
Once she finished packing her bag, she grabbed another bag that was placed next to it. It was a laptop and portable hard drive that she'd gotten from Kirisu's mother after her death. She tried many times to crack the password but never managed to succeed. She knew that she wouldn't have time to do anything with it, but she still didn't want to leave it here.
そうだわ。確か彼。
After she made one last check of her things and got ready to leave the room, an idea came to her. Not a bad idea if I do say so myself. Maybe this is what Kirisu wanted. She quickly shook her head and chased the idea from her mind. Kirisu would get mad at her. Life and death were like a binary, 0 and 1. You could be one or the other. There was no will that existed after death. If it existed at all, it existed inside the brain. Back to our gloomy friend. Several days passed, and I still had no idea who had planted the memories in Kagari's head. And I would say that's the big mystery here out of everything. There's a lot of unknowns, but I'd say that's it. I went all the way out to talk to the priest who'd found her, and even questioned the locals in the surrounding area, but I had no luck. Suzuha seemed to be doing her own research. She hadn't been back to the lab since then. She was in touch with Daru at regular intervals, so I didn't think she was in danger. I asked Tennoji and Moika again, but neither of them seemed to have any luck. In this world line, the lab haven't even been attacked, which meant they might be up to something else. Even if they were, I had no way of even imagining what it was. But I was sure that someone had kidnapped a young Kagari Shina and experimented on her, and only recently had she escaped. They had to be planning something, and I was sure it was bad. We didn't have time to wait for them to act, but without any clues there was nothing we could do. My mind kept going in circles, and I kept getting more frustrated and nervous with every minute.
すみません、真帆先輩。私のために。あと少しでできそうだから。それに、これは私のためでもあるんだし。
Maho staggered out of the development room, sank into the sofa, and smiled sleepily. There were dark spots under her eyes. For the last few days, she'd been working on the device without any sleep. Her work needed to pay off soon, as fast as possible.
それにしても、携帯電話を使うだなんて、 普通考えないわ。たとえ考えついたとしても実行に移そうなんて思わない。
Who could have ever thought of anything like this? It's so weird, it's wacky.
携帯は離すときにどうしても受話器をこめかみ付近に近づける必要があるからな。
こめかみ周辺には大脳前頭葉と大脳側頭葉がありますからね。側頭葉の会話妨害が記憶を貯蓄する場所だと考えると妥当な判断かと。
Oh, that's not Kagari speaking.
問題はどうやって記憶を圧縮させるかよね。
それについては僕が毎日徹夜で頑張ってるわけだが。
すまないな、ダル。
しかもハッキングがここからだって絶対にバレないようになんて言うから大変だっつうの。他のバイトだってあるのにさ。
To compress the memories, we needed CERN's LHC, no matter what. That one took a lot of thought. If we made an enemy out of CERN, that tragedy I'd gone through before this would repeat. But the main reason that CERN had attacked us was the D-mails we'd sent to the past. If it weren't for that, they probably wouldn't have bothered. And since we weren't sending D-mails, CERN would probably never even detect us. Well, probably. Hopefully they don't. This shit was scary. Fortunately, Suzuha had the IBN 5100 that we needed for the hack. Perfect. It's like it's all coming together, like it never really seemed to in the first game. Things were coming together better than I'd expected.
にしてもさ、オカリン、彼女ほんと別人みたいなんですけど。
ああ。
I nodded at Daru. For the past few days, more of Kirisu's memories had been invading Kagari's mind. Lately, she'd even started discussing complex technical subjects with Maho. She was acting just like Kirisu used to when she lived in America. At first, Maho seemed put off, but she eventually adapted. Maho probably wanted to get details about the device from Kirisu, so it seemed to be helping.
それにしてもこんなラボで本当にタイムリープマシンを作ってたなんて、実際にタイムマシンを目にした今でも信じられないわ。
Okay, yeah, also that's another thing, like, to be able to make something revolutionary in an area like this, wacky.
でも人間の記憶を丸ごとデータ化して過去に飛ばすなんて発想はすごいですよね。さすがは真帆先輩。
その言葉そっくりそのままあなたに返してあげるわ。
はい？
あなたは天才で、所詮私はサリエリだったってことよ。
Watching the two of them, it was easy to fool myself into thinking it was Maho and Kirisu talking.
なあ、かがり。
そうだ、アマデウスで思い出しましたけど、プロジェクトはどうなってるんですか？
残念ながら凍結されたわ。
かがり。
凍結？どうして？もしかしてレスキネン教授が決めたんですか？
She's not responding to her name. It really is getting worse.
私にもわからないわ。教授はもっと上からの指示だって言ってたけど。
そんな、せっかく順調にいってたのに。
なあ、クリス。
Oh no.
はい？
Oh no. Oh man, god damn it. This hurts.
あれ？私、今。
君はかがり。椎名かがりだよな。
椎名かがり。そう、私は椎名かがり。私は。
Kagari suddenly put her hands up to her head, afraid.
でも、それじゃあ、これは、この頭の中にある記憶は何？
それはマキセ・クリスの記憶だ。君の記憶じゃない。
そんなこと言われてもわかんないよ。
Kagari was acting completely different now that she was just a moment ago with Maho. She raised her voice like a child throwing a tantrum.
だって私にとっては私の記憶でしかないんだもん。マユリンママたちとの記憶も子供の頃のパパとの記憶もアメリカの大学での出来事も全部私の中にあるんだもん。どれが本当でどれか嘘かなんて私わかんないよ。
Her words turned to sobs. Ah, that lovely dog downstairs is at it again. Perfect. It wouldn't be a recording session without that. I could understand how she felt. From her perspective, it was all real. None of it was fake. It was easy to tell her to get a hold of herself, but it wasn't that easy for her to actually do it. I remembered what Kirisu had said when she'd finished the time leap machine. She'd said you could never put your memories inside someone else's mind. It would destroy their personality. But if, just if we were to leave Kagari like this, what would happen? There was a chance that her own memories would disappear and only Kirisu's would remain. If that happened, who would the person in front of me become? Would they be Kagari? Or would they be Kirisu? If it was Kirisu... that wasn't true. It was impossible. I couldn't even think about it. But the more I thought, the more I felt a horrible idea tugging at my mind, no matter how much I tried to ignore it.
私どうしたらいいの？助けて、ママ、パパ。
It would have been great if Mayuri was around, but unfortunately both she and Lukako had gone to school. Both of them were worried about Kagari and had told me to contact them if anything came up. That didn't mean I could rely on them all the time.
Kagari-tan, ちょっと気分転換に散歩でもしてきたらどう?
I feel like that's a bad idea.
そうね。人間じっとしてると余計なこと考えちゃうものよ。少しくらい体を動かした方がいいかもしれないわね。
というわけでオカリン、Kagari-tanを頼んだ。
Okay, that's better. Just don't want her walking around alone.
わかった。
This is probably a good idea then. You know, if he's there, making sure there's no danger, then I think we're okay. Because Okabe, he can pull something out of his ass to save the day. The two of us walked out to Central Street together, but we really didn't have anything to do. Good talk. The air outside must have made her feel a little better because Kagari was starting to calm down.
どこか行きたいところあるかな？
どこでもいいの？
ああ、君の行きたいところでいい。
それじゃあクリスさんと行ったところに連れてってほしい。
Oh no.
え？
オカリンさんがクリスさんと歩いたことのある場所に連れて行って。
Somewhere I'd been with Kirisu. Where could that be? The coin laundry in the neighborhood? Horan Park? Gyodan Sambo? I hadn't spent a lot of time with her at fun or romantic places. I'd spent a lot of time with her, but most of it had disappeared into many different world lines. I'd gone through that time again and again. But most of it had been spent arguing and working with her at the lab. We'd never spent any time going places to have fun. And we'd never made it to Aomori either. Yeah, that kind of upset me. They planned that. Well, whatever.
オカリンさんがクリスさんと初めて会ったのはどこ？
初めて会った場所。
私、そこに行きたい。
To the radio building we go, I suppose. The place where Kirisu and I had met. It was... Uh-oh, don't... Okay, I thought I was gonna flash back to the murdering scene.
ここが
I don't like seeing that scene. A brightly colored building in front of Akihabara Station, the radio building. This was where it started. Yes, this is where everything had begun. On that day, the time machine appeared on the roof of the building. It was just after that when I met Kirisu. I could still remember it. The challenging look in her eyes. Thinking back, I may had already fallen in love with her. No, we didn't. But even though this was the place I'd met her, this was also the place where I'd... Oh, there it is. God damn it. I really hate that scene. I hate it.
オカリンさん、どうしたの？
It makes me upset because Okabe is in this state because of that, and he just can't go back to try and fix it. He doesn't have that motivation that he got after the events of Steins Gate Zero. So, I don't know, it just makes me sad, man.
すまない。
Lately, I'd been so busy with Kagari that I'd started to think I was getting a little better, but maybe I wasn't.
汗すごい。ごめん。もしかして私のせい？
いや、そうじゃないんだ。ただ。
Whenever I came here, I couldn't help but remember what happened that day. But
行こう。
いいの？具合悪いんでしょ？
大丈夫だ。
I couldn't just stand out here forever. I couldn't keep Mayuri, Daru, and the others worrying forever. If I needed to get over it at some point, then...
わかった。それじゃ、行こう。
Something soft touched my hand. Kagari was holding my hand tightly in hers.
ありがとう。
Kagari led me down the bustling street toward the radio building. My knees felt like they were about to give out any second. Let's go. Even after I'd gone inside, I was still doing better than I thought I would. But I still didn't feel like climbing the stairs where it happened. We took the elevator to the roof. Feris, aka Rumiho Akiha, had carefully locked the door to the roof so that no one who wasn't authorized could enter. I'd been given a key too, but today was the first time I was able to use it. What a lovely device. The first thing I saw after coming onto the roof was a strangely shaped object, the time machine.
わあ、懐かしい。これ。私、これに乗ってきたんだよ。
Yes, you did. Kagari happily ran up to the time machine. It was right after she'd separated from Suzuha that she'd lost her memories. She remembered going from the future to this place in 1975.
初めてこのビルの上に降りた時にね、お空がすっごく綺麗でびっくりしたの。
Yeah, it looks really pretty now, huh? Gray. Unfortunately, it wasn't very pretty right now. At least we're pointing it out. All is well. But Kagari spoke as if there was an endless blue sky stretching out in front of us.
私、ママと別れるのが嫌で、ずっとこのマシンの中で泣いてた。ママに会いたいよって。そんなことじゃダメだ。いつまでも泣くんじゃないって、鈴葉お姉ちゃんに言われて、それでも悲しくて。そんな時に開いたハッチの外に見えたのが青い空だったの。
2036年の空は青くないのか？
うん。戦争の影響でね、ずっと黒くて暗い空。それに外にもなかなか出してもらえないし。
What the hell did they do to the world? That's gotta be like a lot of pollution or something going on. A lot of chemicals. Crazy shit happened. Did they say it was nuclear? I want to say it was nuclear. Because then again, they couldn't really go out to breathe properly. They had to wear masks. The mid-70s were right after the big economic growth spurt. Ecological concerns weren't as important as they are now. That was also when air pollution was a really big deal. The air probably wasn't as clean as it is now. If it seemed beautiful to her anyway, that must have meant the air in the future was really terrible.
オカリンさんはここでクリスさんと初めて会ったの？
いや、ここじゃない。ここは。
お。
A cold drop hit my nose.
降ってきちゃった。
Does it always rain here when we're alone with someone?
ああ、そうだな。
That's right.
岡部か。
生きてたか。
そっか。ここだとあんたと会っちゃう可能性があること忘れてた。
何をしていたんだ。
考え事。
そうか。
Damn. The rain had been falling then too. When she'd learned that either she or Mayuri was fated to die, she'd come here and looked up at the sky like this. What, does it always pour right after a small rain here too when we're alone with someone? What the hell?
すごい降ってきたよ。オカリンさん、中に。
Is this what they call fate?
オカリンさん。
What had she been thinking then? When she'd entrusted her fate to another person, to me.
オカリンさんたら、このままじゃ風邪ひいちゃうよ。早くこっちに。
You're going to catch cold. Did they not even, like, revise this? Because there's been many mistakes. This is really bad. Kagari dragged me inside, away from the noise of the falling rain. A few moments later, I found myself sitting there. The place was being renovated and none of the stores were open. The lights were off too, and it made the place seem very gloomy.
びっくり。
That day, after the rain, Kirisu and I had leaned up against each other and talked. And this was also the place where...
ここだよ。ここが俺とクリスが初めて会った場所だ。
Strictly speaking, this is where I'd first met her in the Beta World line. That day, half a year ago.
さっき私に何を言おうとしたんですか？
さっきとはいつのことだ？
ほんの15分くらい前、会見が始まる前に。私に何か言おうとしましたよね。すごく悲しそうな顔をして。まるで今にも泣き出しそうで、それにすごく辛そうでした。
Yeah, this was before, well, the scene happened before Okabe, went through the events of Steins Gate, but the person that she talked to previously was Okabe coming to the end of the events of Steins Gate. Very interesting mix.
どうして？私、前にあなたと会ったことありますか？
I must have been very confused when I first watched the anime, and probably not as confused when I first started playing the game since I kind of had a general idea of what was happening. But I'm sure a lot of people were confused as well. They really did a good job mixing that all together. It's a lot of work to try and wrap everyone's mind or the story together, really, and blow everyone's mind. Let's go with that. Thinking back, that was the beginning of everything. I wish I'd never met her. If only I'd have known this would be the result. If I'd never met her, I wouldn't have to feel this way. Plus, she wouldn't have to die.
オカリンさん。
We look... Okabe looks really, really depressed. I feel bad. I felt something soft touch my face.
カガリ。
私が怖がっていると、ママがよくこうしてくれたの。
どうして？
だって、オカリンさん、すごく辛そうで、今にも泣き出しそうなんだもん。
Kagari patted me on the head again and again, as if I were a child.
あいつとクリスと初めて会ったのはここだった。
ここってこの踊り場？
あ、最初の印象は最悪。初めて会ったっていうのに上から目線だわ、睨みつけてくる場で可愛さのかけらもなかった。もっとも向こうだってそう思ってただろうけどな。
After all, at the time I was rambling about nonsense like organization agents.
でも
Good times.
それでもクリスさんはオカリンさんにとって大切な人になった。
あ、
That was in the Alpha World line, though. Right after I'd met Kirisu in this one, she'd...
私の顔ってクリスさんによく似てるんだよね。
Somewhat.
どうしてそれを。
マホさんから聞いたの。
She stopped herself, goddamn.
それでネットで調べてみたんだけど、自分でもびっくりするくらい似てた。そんな人の記憶が私の中にあるなんて、それも運命なのかなって。
Fate. It always was. Fate laughed at us. It toyed with us.
ねえ、もしも。
A drop of rain ran down Kagari's hair and hit the floor.
もしもね、椎名カガリの記憶がなくなって完全にクリスさんの記憶に入れ替わるとしたらそしたら私はマキセクリスになっちゃうのかな。
Maybe. I was gonna say this earlier. A part of me wants to see what happens, like, my curiosity side would like to see what would happen, but it wouldn't be right. We have to save Kagari. We have to protect her memories and protect who she is.
そう簡単に行くものじゃないよ。
でももしもだよ、もしもそうなるならオカリンさんは嬉しい？
Oh man.
私がクリスさんになったらオカリンさんは嬉しい？
It was the voice of the demon I tried so many times to ignore.
俺は
I didn't want that. Or did I?
でも私はやっぱり嫌だな。
Another drop of rain struck the floor.
このまま
Sure that's rain?
自分がどうやって生きてきたのかもわからないまま、誰からも必要とされないまま消えちゃうなんて。
かがり。
And that's why we have to save her, man.
私どうなっちゃうのかな。私は
Kagari was shaking a little. It wasn't just because of the cold.
ごめん。
いや。
I never did figure out what she was apologizing for.
このままじゃ風邪をひく。そろそろ帰ろう。
とにかく上がってください。
Alright, I guess we're headed home. We'll continue on next time since we're pretty much out of time here. How many hours do we have in this? About 15. God damn, we're making progress. I'll be recording this a little bit more, or at least I hope I will be, since a lot of the other things I was recording, I'm not recording anymore. So I think we'll be good. Hopefully I'm not as busy and I could allocate more time to recording episodes of this. So, sorry again for neglecting this. I always do that. Not just with Steins Gate, but with everything here and there. I'm a terrible YouTuber, but I try to be okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.